Hello everyone, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I am Kishore and today we are going to solve a classic Sudoku created by Kumaresan. Kumaresan has been contributing us some excellent Sudokus in the recent past and we have used many of his Sudokus to explain advanced Sudoku techniques, and this Sudoku is also no exception. With the help of this Sudoku, we will be explaining a technique called simple coloring, which is an advanced strategy and it will be really helpful when you solve tougher classic Sudokus. So let us move on to the rules. And by the way, I have added the link to the online solving interface for the Sudoku in the description of the video. So please do have a try before watching this video so that you will have a better understanding of how the simple coloring works. The rules of the Sudoku are normal classic rules. Each row, each column and each 3x3 box will have the digits 1 to 9 without any repetition. So let's move on to start solving the Sudoku. So let us look for digits which can be placed easily. We have a 5 in column 3 and a 5 in row 3. So which means that 5 in box 1 has only one cell left. Let us place the 5 here. So today I am going to solve in red color for a change and little board of solving in blue colors. So any more 5s we can place in the grid. There is a 5 in column 7 and 5 in column 9. So let us place the 5 in box 6. Has only 2 cells, so we have narrowed it down. There is a 6 in row 4 and 6 in row 6, which means 6 will be going in one of these 2 cells. And can we place any more 5s? 5 in row 1 and row 3, which means 5 is going to one of these 2 cells. There is a 5 in row 7 and row 8, but there are 3 possibilities for the 5. And let us stop writing that for now, because we do not want to clutter the grid so much also. So there is a 6 in column 7 and column 8, so which means that 6 must be in one of these 2 cells. Okay, there is a 4 in row 1 and row 2, which means that there is only one cell left for the 4 in box 3, we can place that. Okay, there is a 4 in column 8 and 4 is here, so which means that 4 will go into one of these 2 cells in box 9. And 4 in column 1 and column 2, which means that in column 3 we will have 4 in one of these 2 cells. There is a 9 in column 5 and a 9 in row 5, which means that 9 is going to be in one of these 2 cells again. So far we have been restricting possibilities of digits to one of 2 cells in all the boxes. I think we are quickly drying out of such possibilities. So let us start making some candidates and see if we can make some digits. So we can focus on box 1 maybe. 3, 4, 5, 7, 9 are filled. The remaining digits are 1, 2, 6 and 8, right? So 1 is in this cell, so this is going to be a 2, 6 and 8. And 1 is here, so this is also going to be a 2, 6 and 8. This is a 2, so this is 1, 6 and 8. This is a 2, so this is 1, 6 and 8. So let us move on to box 3 now, because there are 5 digits. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are filled. Remaining digits are 6, 7, 8 and 9. So if you look at this cell, this can only be 8, right? 6 and 9 are here in column 7 and 7 is here. So this is going to be an 8. Only possible digit left. So this is going to be 1 and 6. And remaining digits in box 3 are 6, 7 and 9. So this is not a 6. So this is going to be 7, 9. The 7 is here. So this is going to be a 6, 9 and this will be a 6, 7 and 9. Great. So does this 8 help us in any way? I don't think so. Not yet at least. So in column 7 we have placed one digit and we have 5 digits already. 1, 5, 6, 8, 9. Remaining digits are 2, 3, 4, 7. So 3 and 4 is in row 8. So this will be 2 and 7. So as you can see, I have quickly shifted my mode of solving. I was writing possibilities of digits where we can restrict them to only 2 cells in any row or column or box. Now we are writing all possible candidates because I wasn't seeing anything that could be done meaningfully with those by writing 2 possibilities in any row or column. So now in this column we have placed 2, 7 here and remaining are 2, 3, 4, 7. So this is a 2, so this will be 3, 4, 7 and this is 3, 7, so this will be a 2 and 4. So we'll just eliminate it because slightly confusing now. And this will be 2, 3, 4 and 7. Okay, so if you look at these two 8s, column 4 and column 6, in these two 8s, restrict the position of 8 to one of these two cells in box 2, but we have an 8 here, right? So this must be an 8 now, and which means we can eliminate the 8 from here, and we'll get 8 in one of these two cells, right? So can we place any more 8s? Not really. So let us focus now on maybe row 8, because I am able to see at least 6 candidates that can be eliminated from these two cells. 1, 4, 5, 7, 3 and 8 are not possible in these two cells. So remaining are 2, 6 and 9. We can just candidate them. So this will be 2, 6, 9, and because of 9 here, this will be a 2, 6. And the moment you write here, you are getting a hidden pair, very beautiful to look at. So because of this 2, 6, 2 and 6 will be locked into these two cells, so which means that 6 can be eliminated from this cell. So this is a 1 and this will be a 6 and 8 now. 1, 3, 7, 2, 4, 8. So remaining digits are 5, 6, 9 and 5, 6, 9. But 6 here eliminates the 6 and a 9 here eliminates the 9. Okay. So 1 here and 1 here, row 1 and row 2 will push the 1 to one of these two cells. Okay. 9 is not in row 7 and 9 is not in column 7 also. So 9 has only one cell left, which pushes the 9 here, and this 9 immediately gives us a 7 here, and we get a 6, 9 pair in box 3, which I don't think can be resolved yet. Yeah. So you can't have 8 in these cells because of the 8 here, so which pushes the 8 to one of these two cells, and 8 cannot be here in this cell because of the 8s here. So 8 has to be in one of these two cells. And we know that 8 is already in one of these two cells. So in columns 1 and column 2, we have restricted the position of 8s to these two cells and these two cells, which means that in column 3, we have to have 8 in one of these two cells, right? Because we can't have 8 here and we can't have 8 here. So 8 must go into one of these two cells. We get a 4, 8 pair, and this 8 gives us a 4 here. Beautiful, guys. What a Sudoku. Very pleasant to solve. So this 8 and this 8 pushes the 8 to one of these two cells. So let us eliminate these stray pencil marks. 8 is in one of these two cells. Actually, let us stop making such notations for now because they are not giving much. Let us write all possible candidates in a cell, because this is almost filled. Column 8, 2, 4, 6, 7, 3 and 9. Remaining digits are 1, 5 and 8. So this is going to be 1, 5, 8, and because of the 8 here we get a 1, 5, and this cannot be 1, 5. So this has to be an 8, right? And which means we get a pair in column 8. So this is going to be 2, 4 and 7. No more eliminations, right? This will be 2, 4 and 7. And a 9 in row 7 and row 9 gives us a 9 here in row 8 column 1, and which means 9 cannot be in column 4 and 9 cannot be in row 5, which gives us the 9 in box 4, and which means we can eliminate the 9 from here, which gives us the 9 here, because 9 was narrowed down to one of these two cells earlier. Okay, any more 9s? 9 will be in one of these two cells, but it doesn't help. Okay, there is a 1 in column 1, so which means we can place the 1 in box 4, right? Simple classic rule. So we get the 1 here, and because 6 was in one of these two cells, due to these 6 cells we get the 6 here, and which means these two cells will be a 5 and 7, which can't be resolved, and this is not a 6 anymore, so this is a 2, 8, and we get a 2, 8 here as well for column 1. Okay, in column 2, 1, 2, 4, 9, 5 and 7. Remaining digits are 3, 6 and 8. 6, 8 is here, and this cell can't be a 6 or 8, so this will be a 3 and this will be a 6 or 8, right? Where do we focus now? There is a 1 here, which gives us a 1 here and a 5 here. A simple resolve. So the moment we placed 5 here, look at this box, it's very constricted. Box 5, you see, 6, 8 and 9 are already placed, and these cells can't be taken by 1, 3 and 5. So which means that we are getting a triplet in box 5, right? It's easy to see. These 3 cells cannot take 1, 3, 5, and these 3 cells are already filled by 6, 8, 9. So which means that 1, 3, 5 will go into these 3 cells. I've been loving the Sudoku so far, guys. Lots of pairs and triples. So which means that these 3 cells will be 2, 4 and 7. This is 7, so this is a 2, 4, this is a 4, this is a 2, 7, and this will be a 2, 4 or 7. Which means we get the 8 in row 5 because of the 8s here. And now this column 3, 6, 8, 9, 1 and 5 remaining digits are 2, 4, 7. There is a 2 here, so this is a 4, 7. And this is not a 4, so this is a 2, 7. Okay, so because of the 1 here, we can eliminate the 1 from here. So this is a 3 or 5. So which means that 1 will go into one of these 2 cells. Not much. So let us focus on row 7 now. 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 9. Right? Remaining digits are 2, 4, 7. This is a 4, so this can't be a 4. This is a 2, 7. And this will be a 2, 4 and 7. And the moment we place the 2, 7 here, we are getting a pair. What a beautifully hidden pair, guys. We have been getting a lot of locked pairs and triples in the Sudoku. Such things are really good to solve. It gives you a great sense of satisfaction when you spot such hidden pairs. So now 4, 8, 9, 2 and 7 are locked. Remaining digits are 1, 3, 5 and 6. So this can't be a 1 or a 5. So this is a 3 and 6. And this can't be 3, 5. So this is a 1 and 6. So let us remove this stray pencil mark. And this can't be 3 or 5. So this is a 1 and 6. And we get a 1, 6 pair. Amazing, guys. Absolutely thrilling classic Sudoku to solve. There was a hidden pair which in turn gives us a deeply hidden pair 1, 6. So this 1, 6 resolves this cell, row 1 column 6. So we get the 3 here. Beautiful Sudoku. So which means that 5 has only one cell left in column 6. So 5 would go here. So what do we do now? Can we resolve any of the 5s? I don't think so. So because of this 3 here, we know that 2 in this box has to go in one of these 2 cells, right? 2 will be in one of these 2 cells because 2 can't be in these 3 cells. So the 2 in these cells will eliminate the 2 from here. This is a 4, 7 and this is going to be a 4, 7. And again we get a pair. Amazing, guys. What a Sudoku. A pair here, a triplet here. Just pairs and triplets galore in this Sudoku. So if you solve such Sudokus, you will greatly improve in solving classics. So because of this 4, 7 pair, we can eliminate 4, 7 from the rest of the cells. So this cell can't contain a 4, 7. It can't be 4, 6, 7, 8 or 1, 5, 9. So this can only be a 2 or 3, right? 4, 6, 7, 8 and 1, 5, 9. So this will only be a 2 or 3. So if you remember, we had restricted 2 to one of these 2 cells, which means that this will be a 3. Beautiful, guys. Amazing. So because of this 4, 7 pair, we eliminated the 4 from here, and because of this 2, we got a 3 here. Superb. And now the 7 cannot be in column 5, and which means 7 in box 8 can be in one of these 2 cells only, which eliminates the 7 from here. So which means 7 will be in one of these 2 cells, which eliminates the 7 from here, and this is not a 7 or a 4. So this can only be 2 or a 3, right? This can only be 2 or 3 because 7 will be in one of these 2 cells and 4 is in row 4 already. So any more pairs or triplets? Because that has been the order of the day so far. Nothing much. So okay, we have a 2, 4 pair again here. So which means this will be a 7, right? And this cell is going to be 3, 5, 7, 8, 4 and 9. So this will be 1, 2 or a 6, right? This can only be 1, 2 or 6. And so let us look at this cell. It can't be 3, 4, 5, 7 and 9. It can only be 1, 2, 6 and 8. But 6 and 8 are in this column already. So this will be 1 or a 2. And this can only be 2, 6 or 9, right? Those are the only 3 digits left. So but it can't be a 6. So this will be a 2 or a 9. So if you look closely at the grid, we have written candidates in every cell inside the grid, and yet the Sudoku is yet to be resolved. Amazing, right? I hope you guys get to appreciate the beauty of the Sudoku. So far we have placed every cell except this cell, right? So let us make the pencil marks in that cell as well. 1, 5, 9. So 1, 5, 9, 3 and 7. So this is going to be 2, 4, 6 and 8, but 8 is here, so this will be a 2, 4 or 6, right? So we have reached the point where we are going to explain the simple coloring technique. So I would request our dear viewers to pause the video here and see for maybe 2 seconds. I'm sorry, and see if you can find the logic here. Trust me, if you are able to find that continuation, you will be able to find the Sudoku. I'll pause maybe for 2 seconds here. Okay, so let us move on to a different grid. So this is a sample grid which I am going to explain the simple coloring technique and how it works. So before that, let us start making some quick pencil marks. So column 6 can only be, this cell can only be 7, 8, right? We'll quickly write the pencil marks. This is 3, 7, 8, and this cannot be a 7, so this is a 3, 8, and this is going to be 3 and 8 again, right? So we get a pair actually which gives us a 9 here, but since this is an example only, or maybe I'll remove the given here to make this better. So this will be a 3, 7, 8 now, right? And this is going to be 1, 5, 9, 4 and 6, so 7 and 8 is here, so this is 2, 3, and this is a 3 here, so this is 2, 7, 8, and this is going to be 3, 7 or 8, right? I think we have reached the point where we can explain the technique easily. So now a simple coloring technique, in other words, is called bulb logic. Basically, it uses the on and off status of digits and eliminates the digit from cells which see both of the cells. So it sounds complicated, right? So I will explain how. So if you look at column 9 and if you consider 3 can only be in one of these two cells, right? So basically, if the 3 is present here, you can't have a 3 here, right? And similarly, if you have a 3 here, you can't have a 3 here. Now we call this analogy as on and off, because just like a bulb can only be on or off, if the 3 is on here, the 3 would be off here, and if the 3 is on here, it would be off here. So let us use different colors. Let me assume 3 is on here, so which means that 3 would be off here, right? 3 can't be here. And if the 3 is off here, means 3 is not here. Off is not there and on is there. So if 3 is not here, which means 3 has to be here, right? Because there is only 2 cells left for the 3 in that box. So if 3 is not here, 3 has to be on here, right? And if the 3 is on here, you can't have a 3 here, right? So it would be off, right? Maybe we can write this pencil mark also to give better clarity. So this can only be 7 or 8, right? So this basically I wrote this pencil mark to show you that 3 can't be there. Now if you look at the status, if this is on, this is off, right? Because we have used green cells to show you that cells are off. And similarly, if this is off, then these two cells will be on and these two cells will be off. And if this is on, these two cells will be off and these two cells will be on. So basically, when a candidate look at this cell, it looks at both of these cells, meaning it has an influence on both of these cells. So you can eliminate the 3 from here, because if you have a 3 here, then it is violating both the on and off status of the 3 here, right? Because we know that if the 3 is on here, then 3 would have to be off here, and if the 3 is off here, then the 3 would have to be on here, as we have established through a sequence of on and off logic. So which means that the 3 can be eliminated from here. So this is called the simple coloring technique. Now if you were to have an 8 or a 7 here, you could have directly placed the digit here, right? So basically what we do is we take a candidate, we write the on and off status of those cells. You cannot simply write on and off nearby, so you can maybe use some notation like circle and squares. So you can circle the cells which are on and square the cells are off, maybe, or any other notation which you find comfortable. So when you establish such sequence of on-off logic, you can eliminate digits which see both the on and off status of a particular candidate. So in this case, if this is on, this is off, and if this is off, this is on. So what it means basically is that 3 must be in one of these two cells, right? So which means that you can eliminate the 3 from here. So this is called a simple coloring technique, and it is very, very powerful in classic Sudokus. Now let us look at this beautiful classic Sudokus. You see that we have placed all the pencil marks in all these cells except the already filled in digits, and yet we are yet to resolve the Sudoku. So how do we resolve the Sudoku? So look at the 6 cells now. Let us use the simple coloring technique that I explained in the previous Sudoku. So if you have the 6 on here, then 6 would be off here, right? In this box, if 6 is present here, then 6 is not present here, and if 6 is present here, then 6 is not present here. So we can use a by logic kind of thing. And if 6 is off here, then this 6 would have to be on, right? And if this 6 is on, this 6 would be off. Beautiful, right? And similarly, if this 6 is on, this 6 would be off, and if this 6 is off, this 6 would have to be on, right? Now look how closely the simple coloring technique is going to finish up this Sudoku explosively. So we have a 6 off status of 6 here and an on status of 6 here. Look at this cell. It looks both at row 9 column 2 and at row 2 column 5 also. So which means that you can't have a 6 here, right? Because 6 is common to these cells, and 6 will be present in one of these two cells because one is on and one is off. Doesn't matter which, and we don't know it which is on or off, but they represent two different polarities of 6. So which means that 6 can be eliminated from here. Beautiful, right? What a perfect Sudoku to explain the concept. And the moment we eliminated the 6 from here, we are getting a 2-4 pair. And look how closely now the Sudoku falls like a pack of cards. Amazing, guys. So 2-4 here, gives the 8 here, gives the 6 here, gives the 2 here, gives the 6 here, an 8 here, a 2 here, a 1 here, a 6 here, a 1 here. And this will be a 5 because of the 6, this will be a 9, this will be a 2, this will be a 9 because of the 6, this gives us a 6 here, and this is not a 1 or a 3, so this is a 5, which gives us a 5 here, a 7 here, a 2 here, a 3 here, a 4 here, a 7 here, this 2 gives us a 4 here, a 2 here, a 4 here, a 7 here, a 2 here, a 7 here, a 4 here, a 2 here, and this 5 gives us a 3 here, a 1 here, and a 6 here. What a Sudoku! This is one of the best classic Sudokus I've ever come across. A perfect classic Sudoku to explain the simple coloring technique. I really thank Kumaresan for creating this Sudoku for us on request basically. So we asked a Sudoku from him which explains the simple coloring technique, and he was able to produce this absolutely fantastic Sudoku which beautifully explains the concept. Just because of eliminating the 6 from there, we have completed the entire Sudoku. The Sudoku felt like a pack of cards. So hope you guys enjoyed watching me solve this Sudoku and understood the classic technique called simple coloring, which is very, very powerful. So basically you have to take a candidate. Now you may ask me, which candidate do I consider? There is no simple answer to it. So you have to look for digits which are occurring 2 times in a lot of boxes, exactly 2 times. And when you focus on such digit and mark the on-off status of each of the digits and then try to eliminate the digit which sees both the on and off status of that particular digit, you can use the simple coloring technique very easily. So this is how you go about solving simple coloring technique in a Sudoku. I hope you guys enjoyed watching me solve this. I really enjoyed solve this Sudoku. The end was totally amazing and I was hardly able to control my excitement at the end. So please let us know in comments, and do remember to subscribe to the channel. Hope to see you all soon. Thank you.